This episode is sponsored by the A to Z on Pricing workbook, a workbook that focuses on, the A to Z in pricing, including but not limited to CODB, alternatives to CODB, pricing effectively while having clients line up at your door, how to put together packages, and so much more. Go to www.nicolebruce.co and click courses to purchase this workbook tomorrow, July 19th, 2019. Today's episode isn't as long as most, but it's still packed. And I figured you'd probably like me more if I got straight to the point in 10 minutes or less, rather than babbling for 20 minutes and getting those same points just with a lot of extra words. Last week, I posted a question in my Facebook group asking what questions my fellow business people had for me. The one question that stuck out: how do you do business with family and friends? Do you give them a discount? Do you charge them full price? Do you do it for free? I thought this was a really interesting question. And again, one of those questions that I constantly see posted in a lot of Facebook groups. The other thing I see posted in a lot of Facebook groups: I did my family photos for my sister, and now enter dramatic story here. So the whole topic of doing what you would usually charge for maybe even $3,000 for free just for family intrigues me. So today we're going to talk about what options you have when you get asked this question. Now, personally, I need to preface that I really don't live near too many family members, so this really hasn't happened too much to me personally, but it has happened a few times, and I'll explore how I handled that a little bit later. Let's start out with an example. So let's say a friend or family member comes to you and asks you to take some pictures of her girls. You could give them to her for free. You could charge her your full price of, say, $225, or you could offer a discount of $125. Well, that would be the standard options, right? Do it for free, do it discounted, maybe do it full price. Well, you have to ask yourself, are they a close friend? Have they done this before? AKA, are they using you? Or is this a first and they really just want a picture or two of their girls and you just want to help them out? There's a lot of different aspects that go into handling these situations. Let's say they ask you about this all the time. Then say no, pass. Saying no here is where it really helps your business. Is it a one-time thing? Maybe they just want a few photos. Then sure, why not? Is it some random from high school that you haven't seen or talked to for 20 years? Then again, probably not. 2 points I think that are really important to mention here. There are other options than those that we just mentioned. There are more options than just free, discounted, or demanding full price that we need to consider. Like, what if you simply just don't want to work with them? You just don't do the session. You say no, and maybe you recommend someone else. And are friends supposed to not hesitate to pay full price in the first place? Let's start with simply saying no. If you say yes, you're opening yourself up to drama. Period. Let's face it, shit gets awkward when you're messing with business and then meshing it up with family and friends. I always heard the phrase, you can't work with friends. And no matter how much I want to say it's false, it's pretty true. And to note, we're talking about friends who are friends before they start working with you, not clients that you made friends with. There's always super awkward moments when they think they get special treatment or they ask for more than you originally wanted to give. This is my biggest answer with family and friends. Simply, I don't work with family and friends. Or if you think they'll get offended, oh, I don't do that type of photography. Or I'm not available, and here's some recommendations, is a good way to answer those types of questions. In another training that I took, I can't remember which one or who said it, but someone mentioned that doing business and starting off by serving family and friends, it's just a bad idea. It often ends in drama, and business should not start with drama cases. It can lead to bad reviews and overall just a bad name for your business. So let's talk about that second point. Friends paying full prices because, well, they're your friends. Before we start on this point, note that it is kind of sensitive, and as you all know, I'm pretty darn blunt. All I ask is that you hear me out until the end. Okay, so let's say you had a friend who was hand crocheting baby blankets, and she usually charges $125. I hope you would just pay for it without questions asked. Friends should support friends. In the same way, if your friends know that you charge even $3,000 for wedding photography, they should respect that. There's a reason you can charge $3,000 and that other person charges only $700. It's not at all the same type of quality of product. There's always a deal out there for those that want it. My point is, don't let friends and family take advantage of you. But wait, let's flip the coin here. Let's say you're getting married and you really can't pay $3,000. Well, either you probably shouldn't ask your friend for a free $3,000 waiver to do your wedding and that. Well, either you probably shouldn't ask your friend for a free $3,000 service, or you can ask and just see if they say a different price. You can always ask, but make sure you're asking in a kind and polite way. I'm going to insert a little note here. Those that don't own a business, so your friends maybe, they don't quite realize they're being rude if they're asking for a friend discount. But on the other hand, it's kind of just a common sense, polite gesture to just never ask your friends for large discounts. Okay, so back to the example. Let's say you ask your $3,000 photographer friend to do your wedding, and she says, "Oh, yeah, I'll just do $1,500 for you since you're my friend." Well, you didn't ask, she just gave the discount. I mean, that's kind of a more polite way of doing it. You can give your friends discounts. Note that you can give your friends discounts. Note that it might get touchy and a little bit awkward. If they're straight up asking for a huge discount, I would avoid that train and run the other way. Or you can educate them on why your services are priced the way they are. You need to pay bills. You have to pay for daycare. It takes 30 hours to edit a wedding, and equipment costs aren't even factored into that. If there are red flags when you are talking to your family and friends, if there are red flags when you are taking your family or your friends in for sessions that show they might just not respect your product or your talents, it's best to avoid that altogether. If it's your mom, you may want to do some for free if you guys have a great relationship. If anyone inquiring has been known for making drama, just skip that train altogether. In summary, if you feel drama, no go. If your gut is saying, I'm not sure this is a good idea, no go. It's okay to say no, as we've talked about earlier. If you have a connection or that person has done a lot for you, give it to them for free or discounted. The most important thing to remember in business is that it's your business. Asking questions on a group can help you get answers and choices, but in the end, it's really up to you and how you want to handle it. There's not really a wrong answer. Make sure that working with family and friends, you're getting the same amount of respect as all your other clients. Other than that, you do you, boo-boo. Until next week, guys. Tomorrow, our A to Z and pricing complete workbook will be available for your enjoyment. This book covers CODB all the way to helping you form your packages. You can print it out and write all over it, or type in it on the computer. It's truly everything you'll need to know while getting started for pricing your business out profitably. Visit www.nicolebruce.co to sign up for the release email or purchase tomorrow, July 19th, 2019. The course will be available at www.nicolebruce.co under courses.